Today on wood turning, we're going to be making some olive wood handles for some cheese knives.
Tim's American Beauty was made by Robust Tools, America's premier lathe manufacturer. Robust. Built to turn wood. Enjoyed for a lifetime.
Easy Wood Tools makes carbide tip turning tools, the Easy Chuck, beading cutters, live and drive centers, faceplates, and wire burning kits. Easy Wood Tools, easy to use, easy to own. Some of you probably already know that my wife is obsessed with olive wood, so I thought I would make her a cheese knife kit with olive wood handles. And I did a lot of research and looking around, and Rockler actually makes a very nice kit, high quality, really strong steel. That was a hard thing to find. Everything else looked really kind of crappy and thin. And I like their kit because it comes with this very gnarly insert here that goes into the wood. But then you actually screw the knife part into that. So it's really simple to put together. So today we're going to be making an olive wood cheese knife set for my wife. So we're going to start off with a 2-inch square, 4-inch long blank of olive wood to make the handle. So we'll just cut that up and go to the lathe. Before we get turning, I want to thank our sponsors, Robust Lathes and Easy Wood Tools, because without their support, we wouldn't be here and that'd be no fun. And if you're looking for a lathe, give me a call because I'm an authorized Robust dealer, adds nothing to your cost, and I'd like to chat with you anyway. That'd be kind of fun. Also, if you're looking for wood turning tools or a really cool hollowing system, go to Wood Turning with Tim. I've got a bunch of stuff there you can look at. Now, to get turning on this, we're going to mount this blank between centers. I'm using a steb center, which has a little bitty spring in there, which is nice. So if I get a catch, which is really likely because you watched me turn before, it will just spin instead of hurting the wood. So I'll get that mounted like that. Okay, and I'll get my weapon of choice and we're going to round this out. Olive wood's really cool to work with because it's got olive oil inside the wood. So your shop smells great. And it's a really smooth and easy wood to turn. I just love it. So I'm just trying to get this rounded out a bit. I'm needing the handle to be about 1.5 inches at the maximum diameter, so I'm going to take it down a little bit by eye while I'm doing this. But the first step I have to do is I want to put this into a chuck. So I'm going to come up here, and there's my skew. We're just going to put a little dovetail tenon on here. Doesn't have to be a big one. Okay, so now we're going to reverse this, put it in the chuck, and I'll show you how we start working with the insert that goes on here. So the first step I want to do is I want to flatten this in because it's going to be flattened now and never again. So this is my one shot at it. And instead of making it exactly perfectly flat, I'm going to come back now and angle in just a little bit so it's dished out. That way the handle will sit flush against it on the edges. Now I'm going to slow the speed down, and I have an 11/32 of an inch drill bit here. So this is going to be the hole that we're going to put inside, and that's going to hold the insert. Now if you're using hardwood, you can use a 3/8 inch, but this wood is a little bit softer, so the 11/32 is a narrower hole, but it will screw in. So I'm going in about 1 inch, 1.5 inches there just to be safe. Now we'll show you how you do the insert. Now the insert that they use is made out of, I don't know if it's brass, it's soft. The metal's soft. So you got to be careful with it. They give you an Allen wrench to use with it, and the Allen fits inside. Make sure that Allen is inserted all the way into this, because if it's not, you could have the issue I ran into on another piece, in that I had it pulled out a little bit and it broke the housing. It was screwed in far enough that I was able to take my parting tool and actually cut the metal away. But you want to get this started here. And olive wood is in between a hard and a softwood in my opinion, so you're kind of guessing at this. But I'm very carefully now just rotating this in. So you can turn the wood by hand now. I want to take this insert just a little bit below the surface. That way when everything screws together, I'm touching the wood and nothing else. And that looks really good right there. Now we get to shape the handle. So you know how you're supposed to read all the instructions before you buy anything and do all that stuff? Well, I completely missed the part where they said they sell a little mandrel for this so you can screw this onto your lathe and hold it while you turn it. Because if you're turning the handle, you want to turn it like this, so this is sticking out towards the tailstock, and you can make a nice clean cut and sand it off really well, because this part's already done. You don't have to worry about it, right? Well, so I had to invent my own mandrel. So I've got a little cutoff block here, right? So this is just something I got parted off on the lathe. I drilled a hole in it like so. It's a 1/4 20-inch screw. So now I take this and I just screw this into there, and I'm making my own little mandrel to hold this. Now I did the little shoulder in there where you can see through like that because I want to come down and clean these edges up, and I don't want this in the way. So I just tighten this up here with a little bitty wrench. There we go. And now I'm going to mount it on the chuck, and we can start shaping the handle. Okay, so I've got the handle laid out. This is the fat end, that's the narrow end. And my previous handle I made, this is 1.5 inches in diameter on this end of the handle. I'm just trying to make it somewhat consistent. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now I'm going to take this and adjust this to 1 inch. There we go. So we're 1 inch on the narrow part of the handle. Clear out a little more wood there. Man, olive wood has such a distinct smell. Smells like olives. There we go. So now that I have those 2 diameters there, I can start shaping the handle and trying to get it somewhat close to this one that I made already. Okay, so this mark right here is where I want the handle to end. So we'll just make a deeper cut into here so I know it's there. And then I'll grab my big old spindle gouge and just start shaping. Whoops. Sometimes you walk it. You just got to keep your thumb there to hold it, keep it from skating back on you. But and again, like I said, if there wasn't a catch in the show, it wouldn't be my show. So now we want to make a bead. Like so. That looks pretty good. This tastes interesting. Okay, so now I'm just going to start moving some wood here, and we'll start doing the smooth part there to go into the narrow part of the handle. Now you start taking too big of a cut, back off and take less wood. Okay, coming in here, now we're getting to the diameter I want. But see, that's still a little bit thick, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab this little beading tool here from Easy Wood. I'm going to make a bead right here. That's so quick and easy. I'm going to come back here, I'm going to increase this angle just a little bit. Matches up good. Now I'm going to just do a pull cut here and take this narrower. Cool. Now I just have to sand. So I've sanded to 400 grit. Not ready to put a finish on yet because I want to get this nub off the end. And hopefully my little mandrel that I made will hold for this final step. I'll part this off, and then I'll sand the end, and then we put a finish on. There we go. Take that little point off. Make it nice and round. Cool. Okay. Now just sand that in, and then we'll polish this sucker up. So since olive wood is a very oily wood, I can't put like an acrylic on it or anything like that, so we're going to use Yorkshire grit. The first part I'm putting on here is their rougher grit, so it does some polishing and sanding. So I'm just getting a coat on there. So I'll pick the speed up a bit. And my little mandrel is holding really well, knock on wood. It's holding that beautifully. So we'll get it in all the crevices. And I'm going to just wipe off the excess here. And you can see the color is already changing as it's shining up. So it's a two-stage thing. So now we're going to the microfine, or the white grit. See how much of this I splatter all over the camera? And so we put that on there. Okay, now we're going to let the speed of the lathe help me buff that in there. Oh, this is beautiful. It puts a really hard wax finish on here, but you can always finish this up a little bit with a little bit of wax if it gets dulled, anything like that. So it's a very easy to apply finish to fix up on here. So there we go. Just turn it off, see how it looks. Ah, she's beauty, isn't she? Okay. Let's get ready for the assemblage now. So, this is going to be so tough now. Man, what do you do with cheese with this thing? Kind of looks like a chisel. Just simply screw it in. If you're a little bit crooked on the insert, that's okay, because it helps you tighten it down just a little bit more. So, really nice the way I went in that way. So, you know, by going down in, it makes these edges touch on the outside so you don't see a gap. That is really cool. So that is how you make an olive wood cheese knife set for your wife who's olive wood obsessed. Until the next time on Wood Turning, hope you like it, honey. Keep turning.
Tim's American Beauty was made by Robust Tools, America's premier lathe manufacturer. Robust. Built to turn wood. Enjoyed for a lifetime.
Easy Wood Tools makes carbide tip turning tools, the Easy Chuck, beading cutters, live and drive centers, faceplates, and wire burning kits. Easy Wood Tools, easy to use, easy to own.